some of our pages, so we're just going to restart and pick up so everybody can keep tabs on us right now. It should allow us to get caught up on some of our comments as well, follow up with you guys, and I'm going to bring you back over to Ty. Matt, you just asked Ty, or we're just asked Ty.
Yeah, I was wanting to know what you think the difference is in the amateur boxing game versus the pro boxing game. What do you feel like the biggest differences,
The biggest difference, I would say, is the gloves. In amateurs, the gloves you're wearing, it's actually got a big padding on the knuckles. Man, when I'm fighting guys now, you might as well wear a fist. In the amateurs, you can hurt people, don't get me wrong, but it takes so much more. And these gloves, you can drop somebody and not even be putting all your power into it. It's so dangerous, man.
One thing I see is people breaking hands in the pros more. And
you got to be careful.
Y'all are wearing 8s. The heavyweights, what is it?
Is it
over 54 and up,
54?
or is wearing 10-ounce gloves, and less than 54 is 8-ounce. So heard your dad gives pretty good hand wraps, though.
No, yeah, he does great. He does great.
Did y'all wrap your hands the same way in the amateurs, or the same way in the pros?
We did, but like I said, the power difference. Because as an amateur, we were still known for our power then, but once the headgear comes off and the gloves get smaller, you can really show that more.
What about your sparring? Has it changed anything, amateurs to pros, or?
Well, sparring, I hate wearing headgear anyways, just because you can't see anything, it seems like. But I try to sit back more and really be technical, because you got to get everything right, because when you do get in those little gloves, one little mistake can put you on the floor,
Absolutely, absolutely. And I know you spar all around. You go up to Clarksville quite a bit, and you've got a couple places up there you spar with. You come down to Nashville and spar.
Yeah, there's some great pros in the area that we spar with that are a great class. We get some really good work in.
Good deal. That's huge, because a lot of guys, I feel, in the pro game, they can't get the quality sparring, and depending on whether you're fighting a ball, which is a left-handed fighter, or orthodox, it can really dictate your opponent.
Yeah, it completely changes your strategy
for camp and that kind of stuff. I saw a pretty cool little video of you earlier, and you were hanging upside down on your bags.
Oh,
is that something your dad taught you?
Yeah, at our old gym off of Thomasville, he would hang from the bags, and he would beat us up a little bit, get that core strength up, build up the toughness.
After the end of every fight, my man over here flexes those abs. For
Hey, I flex it.
Yes, he does.
Everybody, every single time.
The girls go wild, man.
Now, so the head down, that's a new technique. Is there any other without giving away any of your trade secrets or
I can't give away any secrets.
Any of your reads or anything? Is there anything that you've changed recently that you've seen difference in your fighting, in your style, that you've incorporated?
Oh, well, a lot of the times we'll push vehicles and really try to build up that leg strength. Shoot, I've got my work truck that we'll just take out in the parking lot out by the school and just...
Sounds like you need to buy a better car.
Nah, but my legs are tiny. They've always been a point for me, so I've really been focused on my leg strength. And, man, this fight specifically, I've got so much more bounce, and I'm generating so much more power out of my legs.
Well, that's one thing. When everybody watched Tyson, they talked about how strong his legs were unreal.
And he can move in on you, too. He closed that gap every single time.
You keep up knocking people out in the first round, you're going to beat his record.
I'm no Saquon, but I'm trying to build my legs up a little bit.
So what, Tyson, 46 knockouts and a 50-6 professional record?
Something like that.
God, he's incredible.
You got to get up to Saquon Barkley's leg strength. That's or some Bo Jackson. So
see, Matt didn't think I knew anything about boxing. I wrote that fact down. It's kind of smudged on the inside of my hand. Glad
you're learning.
My dad was a huge Tyson fan. That's his favorite boxer. Yeah, I haven't watched enough of him. I need to look into that a little more.
You need to go back. Dad, are there any boxers other than, before our time and other than Tyson that really stand out?
Roy Jones.
Roy Jones is incredible. He's supposed to have that fight coming up, isn't he? Who's he fighting? He's like...
I want to sponsor his Walker.
Bernard Hopkins, they're talking about...
Are they doing a trilogy fight?
No, I don't. They've been hounding each other back and forth. Jones Jr.'s got to be one of my all-time favorites. Just a phenomenal guy. Been to several shows he's been at, and always personable, always talking.
He's from Florida, right?
Yeah, Florida. So he's been down to several shows. When I've been down to shows in Biloxi, he's always come over. And like I said, he's just one of those people that
don't bite anybody's
ears
off.
Valerie with the comment of the night.
Don't bite anybody's ear like Tyson.
Thank
you, Valerie.
So everybody out there can see what Valerie just contributed.
Yeah, Valerie's awesome. She does her nitty-gritty thing, and she's also a big part of what we do. She helps sponsor us.
Yeah, she sponsored the show every time you fought
Tax
on there.
Season, y'all know where to go.
Hey, everybody, go ahead and look at the top right of this screen right here.
Yes, sir.
Valerie Kemp, strength and numbers CPA. If anybody needs a good CPA, holler at our girl Valerie. Strength and numbers. Don't call the number on the screen though. Okay.
So who is your favorite fighter of all time?
I don't know.
Go with heavyweight first.
Heavyweight, man. You'd have to go with somebody like Tyson just because of the knockouts. But favorite all time, period. I mean, somebody that's actually active right now is Canelo. Just doesn't. He'll fight the top guys. He doesn't care. A lot of boxers nowadays, man, they're thinking of it as a business. They don't want to fight the top guys when they're in their prime. And that's what I love about Canelo. He'll fight Kovalev, Triple G. It doesn't matter for him.
Oh, the Kovalev fight was just oh my gosh.
I didn't think he would be able to get up to that weight.
I didn't think he was winning. And then he came in and he just absolutely destroyed him. And it was timing. He was just sitting back waiting.
No, it's not like he was. That's what I try to do. It's pressure, but it's technical pressure. You're cutting off angles and everything. You're slowly baiting somebody into where you want to get them. Coming forward, down.
I think Krovalev's car works, so he hasn't been pushing it.
One thing I've always said about boxing, I said it on the last podcast, is boxing is like playing chess.
Mm-hmm.
It's not checkers. Checkers is one-dimensional. Boxing is like chess, and it's three-dimensional.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't make the right move, it can be lights out on you.
So fast. It can change so fast.
And I've seen it happen. I know y'all have seen it happen. And that's the interesting thing. You seem like you're real cerebral in the ring where you're making the right move. And I know that frustrates fight fans sometimes because you come with quick knockouts, but you're seeing things we don't see from inside the ring.
When I get in there, I want to get a guy out if I can as possible, because in the gloves, anything can happen. So if you can get somebody out, you have to do it. If you see an opening, you have to take it.
So don't fight fans that come out to see Ty. I match his fights, and I promise you, some of the fights we've matched, we've had guys that are 8-9-0 fight his opponents and go the entire distance, and then tie the same opponent out in the first round. So, I mean, we're doing what we can to match him right and build him quickly and challenge him. January, it's going to be a step up. I'm trying to talk your dad into 6 rounds. I think we can do that.
I can do 6 rounds.
He's giving me the nod.
It's not going to go past the first.
I know, but we've
going to get to go in
I'll
there.
train for 6 rounds, though.
Yeah.
So.
The man's hanging upside down, though. He's going to be a bat if he's got to train for 6 rounds.
The ring girls got mad at me because they couldn't do the ring cards for Ty's fight.
It's a short gig. Good thing they don't get paid by the hour. They'd be pissed.
So, yeah, no, they're good sports, but we.
Oh, we have a challenger.
Oh, Coral. She probably could take me. She probably could. No, she said she was gonna train Josh if Josh was gonna get in there with me.
We got a
chiropractor.
We got a young child that wants you to teach him how to box.
Oh, Rydell.
I think we got
What's up, Rydell? Hey, shout out to Rydell.
Yeah, we got a couple of fighters on there. Rydell Mays and my buddy Dedrick Bell, who's a veteran of over 50 professional fights in Memphis, Tennessee. Shout out to him. And for these guys to give you compliments, man, that means a lot because they're the ones seeing you and watching you grow. And don't take this the wrong way, but you're still a baby. You're just 20 years old.
I know. I just
He's about to get
20.
them man muscles.
No, he ain't got his man
strength.
Yeah.
That man strength.
That's what my dad keeps telling me. He's like, you got power now, but when you turn about 23 years old.
I think they say 27 is your strongest year.
That's when I got strong.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
really, Dan?
I thought you might still be working on it. I don't know.
I did some push-ups in the bathroom before.
Yeah.
So Rydell Mays,
Mm-hmm.
my guy over here. I just found out Rydell lives in the same neighborhood that I lived in, and I was driving down the side of the road. I saw him out there doing this thing, getting ready. So big shout out to my neighbor Rydell. I'm definitely coming to his fight. I was at his last fight. He had a big knockout in the last one as well.
You know,
did.
the last fight, the last card Ty fought on, every single fight was a knockout.
Yep. And then the one time he didn't fight, what happened?
One time he didn't fight, every fight went the distance.
Every single one went the
Every
distance.
single fight went
And
the
that
distance.
was my first one that I was a commentator.
Just
and-
rubbing off on everybody. I
Well,
guess,
and that's
right?
the one thing about boxing, and that's what we talk about is you don't know what can happen. And I like
No.
your take on it. I'm not going to leave it in the hands of the judges.
Never.
You know what? A couple of the judges are like, well, I don't know why we're judging Ty's fight. But it's you don't leave it in the hands of the judges, which a lot of people don't. They don't get that and understand it, but it's a process too. What's
Yeah.
I'm trying to think? What's the biggest challenge you think that you've faced in the boxing world, in the boxing ring? What's the hardest person you've ever fought, even the
Hardest
amateurs?
person I've ever
Other
fought.
than your dad and your brother.
Drew's
Yeah, I was about to
count.
say probably Drew.
'Cause I
We've
know
had
your
some
dad
pretty
had
heated
your
sparring
hands tied
sessions.
behind
And I'm not
Yeah.
talking about sparring amateurs and so forth. What who
Man, I
Was it-
fought a lot of guys that are signed by PBC and everything right now. You got one in Omar Juarez, you got Leon Lawson, then you got Tank, Lorenzo Simpson. I fought him. Those are guys that were top amateurs at the time, and I think they're going to be top pros too. And I think that's where we're headed.
Well, and that's the pedigree. That's what I wanted to is you have fought the top-notch competition, and going forward, you just don't fight the top guys right out the gate. It happens when it happens, and there's a lot of moving parts in the sport, especially on the promotion side and the management side. And Daryl does that's Ty's dad does a phenomenal
He
job
does everything
coaching and
for me.
managing. I mean, we talk probably 5 times in a week. If our wives knew how much we talk to each other, we'd be in trouble.
It's good that you got that unlimited plan.
Yeah, exactly. But it's and it's not always about just boxing in general. I mean, I love the sport and talking the sport all the time. And we talk about going around the country and building the fan base, and that's what we're doing November 23rd in Tampa. We're going down there and showing off and showing what Nashville, Tennessee, Cheatham County is all about. So,
We're bringing them back for a TriStar event.
yeah. Oh, yeah. We haven't even talked
No,
about
yeah,
that
of
a little
course.
bit.
Me and Matt been out scouting new locations too. So
Yeah, we've
new
got
location.
we've got
I haven't heard
we've got
about that
a couple.
yet.
bigger venues.
Yeah, we're working on a few different things. A couple outdoor shows we're looking at doing this summer.
That'd be pretty
So that
cool.
would be pretty cool. We're looking at some stuff in some different states as well. But January 16th, Ty will be back in action for everybody that came to Tampa.
That's going to be a big fight, man.
Yep,
It's awesome.
absolutely. We got a pretty stacked card there. Excuse me. We've got Rydell should be on. Eduardo Aguilar Chachi, who we interviewed last week. Larry Donald, who's a phenomenal draw.
Just won his first pro fight.
Just won his first pro fight. Eric Draper. Shout out to Eric.
Happy Veterans Day.
Yeah, happy
Yes,
Veterans
of
Day
course. Happy
yesterday.
Veterans Day.
He's,
Thank you.
Or Monday, he was a sergeant in the U.S. Army. Hats off to you, brother. You're
I
a true
want to thank
warrior.
everybody out there. I know we're one day after. It's the coldest day of the year so far, so I'm losing my mind. I forgot a little bit, but
Well,
yeah,
Dan was in the Navy here, so shout
Thank you
out to
everybody
Dan.
who served. Happy Veterans Day to everybody who served. We appreciate what you do for this country for sure. We're able to do what we do because you did what you did. So big shout out there. Eric Draper, definitely one of the guys that stands out when we think about that.
Man, he's a warrior. 42 years old and gets in the ring and
That's
brings
incredible.
it and puts his
I'm
heart
30.
into
When
it.
I tie my shoes, I go.
So, and he's local too. He's originally from Memphis, but lives here in Smyrna, Tennessee, which is right down the road, in between Murfreesboro and Nashville. So, another local. Then we have several others on
Eric
the card.
Draper says thank you guys, great show. So he's on here, he's listening.
Thank you,
That's
Eric.
awesome. Thank you, Eric. Thank you for your service.
So, But yeah, we're going to have a great show January 16th. We're going to get 6 rounds. We're going to get somebody. I can't promise it'll go past the first round, but we're definitely going to step up the competition.
Shoot, I hope they don't.
If there's a second round, I'll stay and watch.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, do you want a right-handed, left-handed?
I really don't care, man.
We'll let
okay.
Dad'll.
Are you going to fight right-handed or left-handed?
I might switch it up. We've been working on my left hand
Hey,
a little bit.
that's a good technique to be able to do.
Deadly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
It's just the footwork doesn't completely match up yet, but we're working on it.
yeah. So we're really excited about that. Bring Ty back to Nashville. It'll been almost right at 6 months. August, so it'll be 6 months since he's fought. So
Kick off the new year right.
Kick off the new year right. Unfortunately, y'all, it will be on a Thursday night. There is nothing I can do about that. The Fairgrounds Nashville, with the Nashville Soccer Club, they went from, they're talking about building a stadium there on the Fairgrounds complex. So the Fairgrounds Nashville went from 7 buildings on site to 3. They literally are booked from now almost indefinitely. So we had to switch up our format and go to Thursday night shows. We had
a good show.
We actually did. We had a great show. Thursday night is the new Saturday night. If you go out Saturday night in Nashville, it's bachelorette parties. The Woo Girls are everywhere.
It's packed every night in Nashville.
Yeah, but Thursday nights are the locals' night out in Nashville. So we encourage all the locals to come out, and it's going to be a great show. So
Mom, are you thirsty?
Are you thirsty? Yeah, we got water here for them.
Yep, those are undercover beers. We had a good show for Thursday night, but now we're going to do some outdoor events, try to get the Saturday nights back. But the good thing about it is the fairgrounds now has Wi-Fi, so we can live stream the event. So anybody who cannot make it, you can watch it live stream
that'd be awesome.
online. But we would prefer to see you in person because
apologies on the we were gonna that Typhon, we were gonna live stream it, and they were gonna show it at Sweezy's there in Cheatham County. We couldn't get it live streamed because we literally got the certificate of occupancy the day of the show, and they didn't have internet in the building.
Wasn't up and going yet.
But the last show you weren't on, the fairgrounds was awesome. They hard-lined an internet line all the way to the ring for us. We had a great feed working on getting some new cameras and getting some better angles. So it's going to be worldwide.
It'll all hit
we got
January,
followers all across
the
the world. So we're looking at getting Senna Egbeko. He should be on the card as well. He's from Ghana, Africa, so you'll have people literally all across the world watching this next show.
That's my guy.
Yeah, Senna.
My guy.
Senna's a good fighter.
Big shout out to Senna. That was my co-comment for the last fight.
Yeah, we'll have to find you a new one this one.
Yeah, he's going to be busy.
So,
if you could fight anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Oh, I just have to go to Vegas. That's where all the biggest fights are. That's where I'm trying to fight.
So, did you follow the YouTube?
The YouTube.
In Vegas.
I watched it.
Jake Paul and KSI.
I watched it on Facebook Live.
Logan Paul. Sorry, Jake Paul's younger brother.
They did stay on top of it. They did train, but this sport, if you're going to fight at the top level, you have to be doing it for so long to have everything crisp. It was an okay fight. It was very, very sloppy.
It was very sloppy.
I think at the end of the day, I think it's good for boxing, though.
Okay, that was my next question. Did you think it was good for boxing?
Yeah, just to really put the sport out there in front of new viewers. Some of the young kids that do follow, some of the new YouTubers and streamers.
Who do you think won the fight? You think the right call was made?
With the point deductions, probably, but it was close. I'm just glad they didn't do another draw, honestly.
Okay. Yeah, that would have been bad. I wouldn't have watched the third one.
Yeah, I don't want a trilogy at all. I think we need to leave it where it's at.
I don't blame you at all. Last but not least from us, because I know everybody has been tuned in for quite a bit. We appreciate having them, so I don't want to keep them here all night because they will watch you until the evening time comes upon us. But if you could fight anybody, past or present, who would it be?
Oof. Fight anybody.
Fight anybody, past or present, who would it be?
It'd have to be Floyd.
Floyd?
I love Floyd as a businessman, but I don't know if I love the way he conducts himself. And he's fought some of the best fighters that there are in this weight class, and I'd love to see where I stand against somebody like that.
Matt, where do you weigh in on that? If you could fight anybody,
None
of our friends. Please don't say any of our friends or their wives.
I would find the biggest tomato can you could possibly get, and that's who I would fight.
Make yourself look good.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, but that's who I would fight because I am not a boxer.
Where's our grip? Brian, you got this?
Yeah. Where's Brian at? We'll put on
I'll train you up.
sumo suits and fight each other.
Me and Dad will get you in shape, ready to
go. I know. Well,
I'd pay money to see you hang from a bag.
Do you know how many people would pay to see me get beat up? A lot.
Oh, man.
We're in a group chat with like 6 of them.
Exactly. So.
Well, man, I really appreciate you coming on and giving us your...
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
I
just want to take a second to say thank you to all of my fans. Thank you to everybody, Cheatham County. Thank you to all my sponsors. Y'all make this possible. We can't do anything without y'all. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
So, real quick, November 23rd, Tampa, Florida. Rumble in the Bay. Promotions, Pier 6 Promotions, DeBella Entertainment. Want to give a shout out to them for this opportunity, letting our TriStar Team Tomlin come down there to invade Tampa, Florida, because that's what we're going to do. We got a ton of folks coming down there. And then January 16th, we're going to be live back in Nashville at the Fairgrounds Nashville in their brand new building, $32 million complex. It's a beautiful building. If you hadn't been down there to see it, come check it out. It's on a Thursday night. Ty will be fighting. Daryl, his dad, just confirmed tonight we're going to go for 6 rounds, so we're going to find an opponent for 6 rounds. Confirmed tonight it's not going to go past 1.
I didn't necessarily say that.
I said it.
Oh, Dan said it. Okay.
I sure hope it doesn't go past 1.
Okay, hope it doesn't go. So there you go. I'm going to turn it back over to Dan.
All right, everybody. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you have not got to witness this young man fight live, and I don't live stream, I mean in person, you need to get off your butt, get down to the next event. If you can make Tampa, make Tampa. If you need to come to Nashville to the fairgrounds on a Thursday night, get you a babysitter and come. It is going to be worth it. Everybody is on their feet when this man hits somebody as hard as I've seen him hit somebody, because they don't get back up. It's lights out and we're out. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you.